CP squared has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making I got hungry and I ate it. We're Americans and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating and I'm reading a book, and this wave just comes up.
Can you put some goji berries in my Dropbox, please? Is this GoPro farm to table? NFL anywhere! You can watch the NFL anywhere, then why can't I watch it on the damn toilet, Linda? The only exercise I get is chasing those damn gypsies off my lawn. They're like, oh, trick or treat. Well, guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor. Guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor. Drunk up, Mike. I think you're a little too drunk. Yeah, I got trapped in a corner maze. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm Native American. That's not anyone. Hey, you want to hear a joke? What is black and white and red on the horse?
Newspaper?
Oh no, that's better. I was gonna say something super racist. So yeah. You want to hear a joke?
Sure.
What is black and white and red on the horse?
Newspaper?
Oh no, that's better. I was gonna say something super racist. So yeah.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
Yes, baby, this one's a screamer. Let me do it this way. Oh my, oh son of a! I'm so sorry. You have to see me that large. Jesus Christ! If you're watching us on an HD TV, I'm so sorry you have to see me this close. Woo, sucks to be you. Anyways, welcome to another Drunken News Report with some Cyborg and the Stream Pervs. So let's go ahead and bring in our guest, and let's do their intros first, and then we'll go ahead and say hello, do our other intros, and then say hello to the side of my chest. Then the years of the day, and then the things, and oh, I have a song we're gonna play, and oh my god, there's so many things that happen. Woo! Okay, here we blow. Sorry, y'all. I get distracted easily, obviously.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I guess you're all right. How y'all doing today and all here?
Doing good.
Howdy. Yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
How are you?
Well, I live in America as of right now, so what do you think? Never mind. No, but
I think you at least don't have eggs in your fridge.
I've only got eggs in my butt. I don't know what's going on anymore. No, but I said, and never. I'll stop right there. But at least Trump said that he's going to take away the tariffs for 60 days, 90 days. I don't know what this plot whistle ass is fucking saying anymore. I can't keep track because every half an hour, every hour, some beep changes, and I don't even know. So I can't keep up. And so now let's go ahead.
Right? You can say shit, right? Nothing wrong.
No, I'm just waiting for a little bit longer in the stream to start cussing.
Oh, okay.
And or the other thingamabobbers I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just make it so there's less cussing, or at least me, because I know you fuckers are going to be cussing all the time. So,
of fucking course we are.
I'm just trying to limit some of the cussing just because for the algorithms, which I don't really care, but I am just trying to be more. And when I'm out in public,
you've become a fucking pussy. Okay.
Sure, and when I'm out in
become
public,
a slave to the algorithm.
Sure, well, and not just that, when I'm out in public, I try to cuss less or not say the cuss words that I was going to say, because people fill in the blanks in their heads anyways when we don't say the word, right? And so that's part of it, is what I feel. Anyways, let's crack on. Let's go ahead and let's play the intimatros. Let's say hello to the side of my chest, and let's play this one song that I really want to play because I can't get it out of my head. I don't know why. I think there's something about something about the hand of something, and then it makes my brain think of this song.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
And yeah, you're stupid. All right, so let's say hello to our son, chats, and we have a Canadian Olliman.
Hey, Olliman.
Elbows up, Olliman.
And we have a Stop the Stupidity, and we have their commercial.
Attention, new New Yorkers! Stop acting so stupid!
Exactly, and we have a Demon Orbs.
Orbie!
We have a Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria.
A Jasper.
Jasper.
And we have a Captive Desk.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. And Dave, tomorrow we'll be going over. all hail Bigfoot. Tomorrow we'll be going over Rocky Mountain cryptids.
Oh,
So
seriously?
you're gonna want to be there for that. So let's go. And there is a poll in the side of my chats. Go ahead and vote in that, and we will get to that in a second. But now, vote on my poll, or dance on it, or gyrate on
Talk
it,
on it, or
slide
whatever.
on it, or put your mouth around it. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Or he can wiggle it, you know.
Wiggle just a little bit. Oh, that reminds me of another fucking old song, just like this song
You
we're
can
about
wiggle
ready
it.
to play. Yeah, just like that. Here we go.
Sorry, I'm mad.
Dippy dip, we dip.
When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's get on the floor like I said before. Y'all remember that time, though? Just put a little dip with it. Now roll those hips with it. Pop it, push it, rock it, roll it. Can't control it, I come hold it. It's all in fun, so take a chance. Just get on the floor and do that dance, y'all. I know you like it, so don't try to fight. Turn around, baby, let me see you from the back. Yeah, I like it like that. Get up now, roll those hips. Drop down, double up on those dips. Bring nasty wonder, seeking y'all. Do it right.
Put my hand up on your hip, one. Put my hand up on your hip.
Get up now, yeah.
Put my hand up on your hip. Hey, dip, we dip.
Put your hand up on your hip.
Hip, hip. Hand up on your hip.
Get up now, yeah.
Hand up on your hip. Hey, dip, we dip.
Put your hand up on mine. We can dip down low and roll and grind.
So that was the song when I was in 5th grade or something that everybody danced to at the school dance. So I don't know. I don't know how nostalgically my brain came up with that. Something we have been talking about with hips and hands that made me come up and bring up that song. So let's go ahead and let's get into days of the year. So just give me 1 second to get there. And you won't believe what number 1 is.
National Web Toad Day. Oh, fuck.
National Unicorn Day. You were close. You were close. National Unicorn Day. Then International Day of Pink, which is the fight against bullying and discrimination, homophobia, transphobia, and transmisogyny. Which, yes, everybody, all of us are allies. We're very aware of that. So everybody, show your love towards that. And of course, we do that. And
not just do that today. Do that
all the time, obviously.
Fucking long.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, totally. And then also National Winston Churchill Day.
Yep.
We have International ASMR Day. ASMR can help sufferers from PTSD, anxiety, depression, and insomnia. It can also help relax you, no matter the reason. And then I did not know what this was.
Well, isn't ASMR? It's not just people talking softly. Like it is. Certain people have a thing in their mind that, like, they hear certain sounds or voices. They have taste or a certain touch to it.
Sure. There's a handful of theme above, like she is pushing a brush against the microphone while she's blowing on it.
May have taste.
Yeah.
Like, because I've heard from podcasts that I listened to in the past, like people sent them emails, and like for some reason, like somebody could be watching this stream, and whenever Slim speaks, they hear or they taste melon, and if I speak, they may taste banana, and if dog speaks, they obviously taste sauerkraut.
Totes, exactly. So yes, it could be something like that. Yes. So the next thingamabobber is Appomattox Day, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Appomattox Day. Well, I don't
And
what
that
it-
is?
And I didn't know about this until I clicked on it and I read, because I do something more than what
Does
Tim
research,
Pool does.
guys.
And I actually research what
Oh,
I'm looking at before. So, anyways, this day, and I don't care about saying it right or not, even though it is like it says, marks a key event in American history, bringing the end of the Civil War. It celebrates the moment that General Robert E. Lee surrendered to General
I share
Ulysses
my
S. Grant,
birthday with Robert Lee.
and at the McLean House. So this was the day that celebrated the end of the bloodiest conflict in blah blah blah's history, and this and that, and on the soil, and other than okay, I'm done. I'm not going to even make that joke. I'm going to stop myself right there. But yes, this is the day that celebrates when we ended the civil of the wars in the America of the us. I don't know what's going on anymore. All right, so now while we're waiting for more people to vote in our polls,
to vote.
and that I have other thingy mabobbers I want to share first. Okay, I'm going to do it this way, but let's go ahead and start sharing this. So here,
more your votes.
I want to start with you want to watch octopus pimp slap somebody? Let's do this first.
Yes, please.
I don't think we've watched this yet, so but fuck it. Let's go ahead and start with this. So here is how a octopus tells a fish to go the fuck away. Just smacks him in the face. Fuck you, bitch. Bam. Bam. I love how that, like, I get it that it's a discovery, or that, like, obviously they use their arm, but it's so funny how that, like they made a thing that this is the thing. Obviously, what would you do if you had 8 arms and somebody was trying to fuck with you? You would bash them in the face.
Oh, I'd bend over and let them fuck me.
Well, I mean, if you didn't want them to enter holes, but again,
you mean fucking.
But again, obviously, again, what you would totally use it for this. And bam, yes, smack his ass. Yes, beat his ass. Bam, fuck you, bitch. Okay. Now that we saw enough of that, this was days ago or a week ago or around that. But there's an Icelandic town that volcanic eruptions were happening.
Thanks, stop.
And we'll show. It was 8 days ago, and I think that it's still kind of happening, but I don't know if it's still this active. But 8 days ago, there was this much volcanic activity in that place. I am totally, there's no way I'm ever going to say that place ever in my. Thank you very much. Stop the stupidity. And
that is
brainless while
Hunter
you're looking.
Biden's laptop, Osmond Kyle, Mr. Fear, Matic Crystal, and Lee Williams.
Ooh.
And of course, because Hunter Biden's laptop is totally a real thing. All right, folks. So now let's crack on with just a little bit more of just this video, which is This hasn't happened since 2021, or there wasn't this much motion over there. But this hasn't happened from this place for like a lot longer or something like that. Now let's get into the invertebrates of the year competition. We're going to have fun tonight, and then we're going to get into all of it's going to be fun and cool. This is going to be our palate cleanser for the last
animals without
couple
spines.
weeks that we have not. We need more fun. I mean, we did have a little bit of fun yesterday, obviously, but here we're just going to have fun today with stupidity that is actual science, but fun science.
Make up the vast majority of life on Earth, but insects, arachnids, crustaceans, and a million other life forms are often overlooked by us. The Guardian's Invertebrate of the Year contest celebrates the planet's unsung heroes. Readers,
isn't this cute? There's an actual invertebrates freaking competition that you can vote on. So if you don't know what this is, just Google it, what it just said, and you'll find it.
Have nominated thousands of amazing animals. We've chosen a shortlist of 10, and now you can vote for your favorite. First on the shortlist is the tongue-biting louse. This tiny crustacean burrows in through a fish's gills, clings to the tongue, eating what the fish eats, and sharing enough so the fish stays alive for years. Another
and it takes over its tongue, technically.
Cunning animal is our second nomination, the dark-edged bee fly. It hums like a bee, pollinates flowers like a bee.
These things are crazy looking if you've ever seen them, and I've seen them in California. I don't know 100% if I've seen them in Colorado, but I know I've seen them in California for sure.
And it's cute and fluffy like a bee, but it's a fly.
They look like a fluffy moth. I don't know. It's very difficult to say because they look very in between of a lot of things. They're fluffy, but their wings are like a fly. But then they have this pokey thing that looks very scary, but it only pokes into flowers. It doesn't poke into anything else. And then its eyes are weird. Like, it's a very weird looking creature.
I poke into different things.
Yeah, but I mean, normally we call that other things than a flower.
And it's cute and fluffy like a bee, but it's a fly, and it twerks. The female twerks to get.
It twerks, yeah. See, well, this is like brainless. God damn it, this is totally like brainless.
The sand to coat its eggs, which it lays near a solitary bee's nest. The bee fly larvae then eat the bee's offspring. If you're looking to vote for resilience, then Milnesium tardigradum is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who couldn't vote for the tardigrade? I mean, seriously, this thing survives no matter what.
Is your multi-segmented microanimal. Cute tardigrades are nicknamed water bears and moss pigs because you can find them on damp moss. They have survived 5 great extinction events, being put in outer space, and even been locked in a freezer for 30 years. At 4 is the flamboyant cuttlefish. When faced by predators, this feisty, clever cephalopod flashes.
Okay. These ones are my favorite just because I'm so flamboyant, just like it is.
They do look
dazzling array of psychedelic.
Yeah, and just look at the colors they're going to change. I mean, we're just going to see this now, but let's see what else it turns into.
Colors. Warning, they are the only cuttlefish species known to be toxic. 5th on the shortlist is the giant Gippsland earthworm. Last year, the common earthworm won this contest by a landslide, but there is nothing common about this gentle giant. It lives in isolated colonies in southeastern Australia and can grow up to 3 meters in length.
Wait, something that's gentle and lives in Australia, that's impossible. Every animal in Australia is going to kill you.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. And I'm surprised Republicans have not tried to kill it because it's larger than their micro penis. Ha ha! Okay,
let's said it grows up to 3 meters.
That's way too big. They can't even understand how big that is because
because it's
they only have
and and Americans don't understand meters.
Yeah, no, they have 3 inches to handle.
Ounces.
Yeah, they have no idea even what a real foot looks like.
Is the fabulous common rotifer. This microscopic animal is all female, and it has got along very well without men for millions of years. Like tardigrades, it can survive extreme heat.
See, the lesbians have been telling us for years they can get along without us. Here's the proof.
and cold. Next on the shortlist is the Fenrir spider. This awesome ambush predator hunts prey as big as small fish and dragonflies in 3 dimensions. It can run on land, walk on water, and dive below. It was almost extinct in Britain, but has been revived thanks mainly to the work of one woman, Dr. Helen Smith, who reared thousands of spiderlings in her kitchen.
Mango.
There's a mango in the side of my chat.
Yay, there's a mango. Welcome, mango. Okay, we've got to do this because we haven't done this in so long.
Mango, drop your links.
And drop your links.
Stunning, plump, red, perfectly unscratched, and incredibly sweet mangoes.
Exactly. All right. So, yes, I thought this lady just like had spiders living inside her house and she just didn't give a beep. But no, I'm just kidding. No, she's literally made it this way.
At 8 is the amber comet firefly. This firefly emits a burning flash of light brighter than any other, followed by a trailing glow. It needs our help because it is ultra rare. Our 9th shortlisted invertebrate is the Wheatapunga, now only found on a few predator-free New Zealand islands.
This is like a prehistoric cricket.
Flightless, jumpless grasshopper is the heaviest insect in the world. This gentle giant is mostly solitary, but once it reaches maturity, it spends the rest of its life mating repeatedly throughout the day. Our 10th and final animal is the monarch butterfly. Imagine your body was the weight of a raisin, supported by a pair of flimsy wings. Could you...
So,
butterfly.
I think I may have talked about this, maybe not. I don't know. I took some LSD one morning and I went to go skateboard to my friend's house. And I didn't know this at the time, but like there was the migration of the monarch butterflies that was happening that day. And like you can't judge which days it's not or gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So I was skateboarding and all of a sudden I just saw orange and yellow just like crossing my path, and they were just like 20 fucking feet long, and like it was like I literally was just skateboarding through a sky of just like orange and yellows while I'm getting smacked in the face with these things, and I didn't know what was happening for like a hot minute, and then I stopped and went, oh my Jesus, this is the fucking migration of the monarch butterflies through California. It's, you know, one of the times. I mean, I don't think it happens always at once. Or,
come on,
hey, Al.
We don't need Canadians here.
How's it
don't
going?
need Canada.
Good. How are you doing?
You don't have to need us.
Hey, Al. How you doing?
We're here. We're here, and we're here.
I was making fun of the stupid Americans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they think they don't need you. But like
they don't need us.
No, they don't need them. They don't need Canada. Like not like they use lumber to build their houses.
We don't need.
They don't need our shit.
We don't need any of the things that we always buy from you. No, totally. We totally don't need any of
if you
that.
didn't.
Yeah.
If you didn't need it, you wouldn't buy it, and you don't buy it, so you don't need it. That's how it works.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So yeah, totally. And now Trump is like, we're going to take all the coal out of the land, and we're going to destroy all our forests. Yeah, have fun with that, you fucking idiot.
If they destroy all the forests, even if America destroys all their forests, they still don't have the. They don't have the amount that they buy in a year from Canada.
No, I totally understand. No, I know. Hey, yeah. Thank you, brainless.
1 year.
And that means. I mean, you guys could. You could strip down all of Alaska or something, I guess.
Yeah, but then shipping it down from there is not.
You can put it on boats.
Anyways,
or we could tariff you for driving across our land.
Well, that's the whole fucking hilariously.
America relies on 60% trade for the rest of the world to be a viable country.
Yeah.
And if people stop sending stuff to America now, America will collapse within the end of the year. It will collapse.
That's not what Donnie said. I heard him say that they have plenty of everything. They don't need anything from anybody else.
Yes,
If he said it, it has to be true.
But we know every Donald lies.
No, everything he says is the truth. We all know that.
Totally. So, anyways,
Nothing is true unless the great.
Why would
He
anybody
says so.
oppose him?
He backtracked on the tariffs for 90 days or something. Anyways, but let's crack on.
Which ones,
So
though?
here-
Which
I don't
ones
know.
did he
I don't
backtrack
know.
on?
He doesn't know.
All of them.
Donald
He
Island.
doesn't know because he
No
said
way.
he said the other day that he was going to put 120% tariffs on China because that
I heard it was
makes
only
motherfucking sense.
104.
Oh,
I heard
sorry.
he went with
Okay,
104.
Okay,
I mean, if he
maybe
went
I'm
back
wrong.
up
Maybe
to
I'm
120,
wrong.
maybe he came to his senses.
But like, if he puts all those tariffs on China, like that would hurt Elon Musk and those big companies because they make all their shit in where?
Tesla's a
China.
Chinese
Oh,
car
wait,
company,
wait,
basically.
Where does he make his megahertz? Oh yeah,
Elon literally said, "Fuck you with your tariffs," because he's like, "No, you're fucking me too." Like he doesn't like.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's good.
No. So, anyways, let's crack on with this, and then we'll get into
Crack it.
other things. So,
Crack it.
everybody, vote
What the
in
fuck
the
is that
polls
thing?
if you've not voted in the poll. But here is this.
Discover our new recipe. With 100% organic bread and ingredient from our region, we have reimagined the good old classic sandwich. It took a lot of work and many failures, but the first humanoid-made sandwich is finally available. So taste it now and order it today.
Holy
Just for
fuck.
anyone.
There you go. There's your first robot-made sandwich that you can order for. I don't know what's going on.
€2.5 euros. It looks like. I can't afford the ticket to Europe to buy one.
I can't.
It also looks like a sandwich I could make in my own kitchen.
You order it, so it'll come to you.
I can't afford the tariffs.
Yeah, not anymore.
Canada doesn't have the tariffs.
They're gonna tariff the sandwich.
Yeah, and like you're ordering a sandwich from a different country that.
Okay, so
it gets delivered,
I know
and
this.
by the time it gets delivered,
So is that wasn't an actual sandwich making robot? That was like an actual AI ad.
It was fake. It was fake. Yeah, no, it was fake.
It was a fake one.
Fake. It was
fake.
fake.
From the
I'm
BBC.
sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. It was fake. But no, this
All
is another new thing. This is a new thing.
Okay.
So I know this is not like new news, but if you all have ever read or heard about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
oh yeah,
this is Douglas Adams talking about how he accidentally became a science fiction writer. And how did that happen?
Accidentally.
Yes, watch or listen.
First of all, science fiction. It's not something that I suppose you were writing Doctor Who at the time. Is that how it?
Well, no, that was coincidence. Actually, I never actually thought.
So this is before he was writing Doctor Who. It was during the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Thought of myself as a science fiction writer. I thought myself primarily a comedy writer, and I became a science fiction writer simply because I exaggerated so much. So in the story of Hitchhiker, it starts off with Arthur Dent. His house gets demolished to make way for a new hyperspace bypass. And I was really looking for a way of, what do you do after that? Well, the Earth gets demolished. At that point, you're stuck with science fiction because there isn't any Earth left.
Where did you get the idea for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Lying drunk in a field in Innsbruck.
That's
I keep on trying to
a
find
great
the field
answer.
again.
Yes, and then like he literally says the rest of the books pretty much happen kind of like that as well. But let's listen.
Get drunk and get a new idea. Yeah, but I mean, it didn't come into fruition immediately, did it?
No. In fact, all I thought of at that point was the title. This was many, many years ago, even before I went up to university. And I was lying drunk, and the sort of stars were sort of swirling around my head. And I had a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to Europe, and it occurred to me that somebody was trying Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as well. It didn't even occur to me it was going to be me who would do it. It seemed like a good idea that somebody should do. And it was only after I'd started writing what became Hitchhiker, which was originally going to be a series of different programs called The Ends of the Earth, in which the Earth ended for a completely different reason in each program. And then whilst I was writing that, the idea of the guide surfaced again in the back of my mind. And that gradually took over and formed the whole thing.
Is it a dead?
Jesus. That's awesome that it accidentally happened.
Accidentally.
Accidentally.
I have a totally related anecdotal story from today. And that is that today I drove on Frood Avenue.
On Frood?
Frood Avenue.
Okay.
Frood. And a Frood is, according to Douglas Adams in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a Frood is a decent person.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That makes
You know,
sense.
like a good a good chap. You know, so that's that's my answer to that whole thing. I do love the whole series of books. I've read them a few times. I'm gonna read them again.
Yes.
I've
me
even
too.
threatened to read them aloud on my channel.
Definitely, that would be great.
I might do that. You never know.
Yes.
It's probably not legal, but I might do it anyway.
I'm trying to. I will hopefully make a bunch of songs that go through the whole thing. So I did some tracks that go through some of the themes, but I want to do like 34 or 42 tracks.
42 tracks of Hitchhiker's music.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's a great idea. I've got some ideas that could go along with that.
Yeah, so I'll hopefully in the near future be asking people to help me with that, and I'll be asking you.
Oh yeah.
But let's crack on.
You know,
Wait.
you can't even stop me. I'd do it even if you told me not to.
Yeah, no, but I'll give you a theme, and then we'll go from there. But let's crack on.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
New,
and I want to say hi to the people that said hello to me, because I came in here all half cocked about the tariff of not again, and yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody. All right, so let's crack on with the amazing new discoveries they found underneath, well, in the oceans. Look at how crazy this is. And this is for reals. These aren't fake. Oh, look at how cute that is. Oh, it's so cute. It looks like living Pokemons.
Yeah.
Clown frogfish.
The clown frogfish.
I want to
There's
catch
some
that.
really interesting animals in the waters. Yeah.
The mantis shrimp I've heard of before. That was a
it's
nudie
a Pikachu.
branch.
Look,
The
it's
Pikachu
a Pikachu
nudie branch. The nudie branch sounds kind of
literally a So I've seen
nudie
half
branch
of
sounds
these,
wrong,
but
doesn't it?
Flamboyant
nudie
cuttlefish, bounce go bow wow. Yeah, no, it totally sounds like
show me a cuttlefish
the
that
glitter
isn't.
squid.
The glitter squid is great. Oh, look at that thing.
Boxfish.
The boxfish. The anemone shrimp.
Pipefish.
What is this? There's another nudie branch.
Nibby branch, yeah.
Are these branches really nude?
Did that say sexy shrimp? There's no way that said the sexy
I don't know, back that up to the
sexy shrimp.
It is
That
a sexy
the sexy
shrimp.
shrimp. Bounce
The sexy shrimp on a nudie branch.
Yeah, weedy seed and soft corals.
Where do they take these nudie branches down to the nudie beach?
Okay, well now let's go ahead.
Or the nudie
We're
sandbar.
going to look at the poll. If you've not voted in the poll, go ahead and vote in the poll, please, because I am about ready to
if you didn't
close
shit
the
with
poll.
Slim's poll yet, then you're stupid. Just
You have to be Polish to vote.
Then we will go from now.
And
I don't care. There's
speaking
a
of
tie.
Slim's poll. Speaking of Slim's poll.
Yes. I don't know what that means. I'm scared. Why did he laugh like that? What did he do? What did he do?
I come on, you know what I'm showing.
What's going on here?
From Pip's stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is this
Slim wiggling his paw?
Oh, he's wiggling.
Okay, so Brainless, as soon as you tell me which one. Claire View's reading of the Hitchhiker's Guide. Oh my god!
I think Jasper's saying awesome. I better not. There's already a good one out there.
Well, no, you can totally do it again. Everybody and their mom should do it for sure. But
life, the universe, and everything.
Claire View's version is very nice.
All right, I'm gonna check that one out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
All right,
go and check theirs out.
Excellent tip from Jasper.
What is put in the side
Of course,
chat, please?
the dirty motherfuckers want to get sucked up by a wing. first.
Brainless, will you please do that? Other than that, I have.
It's sucked by a wing.
Yeah.
How do you get sucked by a wing?
I don't know.
Did I put
like they all pick for the suction wing,
okay
at 44%, and
The suction wing.
the fire sat at 22, robot horse
fire?
22.
The fire
I'm
sat?
gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna
Cricket.
talk about the school bot.
The school
Yeah.
bot?
What is that?
Yep.
Meet the humanoid row. The school bot. The school bot. Okay.
I said.
Yeah,
I
the
said
school
bot.
bot.
My ears might be a little broken now.
Meet the humanoid robot for schools, hospitals, and warehouses. Brobot will go through a testing phase before entering a pilot program. Robot Lab revealed its first generation of a humanoid robot called Brobot, designed for scaling and developing among several industries, including education and logistics and hospitality. So
in
this is
American
supposedly
schools, they carry a Trump Bible.
like
What was that, dog?
In American schools, will it carry a Trump Bible?
Oh, I hope it
Will,
does.
it will carry all the Bibles. No, I'm just kidding. Why would
Okay,
it?
I got a
the
question.
advantage
I
of
got a
that
very
is-
serious question here. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The advantage of having robots teach the kids is like, if a robot gets shot, it's not as big a problem as a human teacher, I guess.
See,
Okay.
Totally.
Maybe we
I believe what it mainly is it's not a
Question.
teacher, but is an assistant.
Yeah,
It is doing other side what
If this thing's a robot, how do we know it isn't Austin Whitsitt in a costume?
we don't know that until you tackle it and take it apart. So do that to all robot. I'm just
Yeah, just to check, checking for bros.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. No, but again, these things are to do things like on the side, like clean up the lunch hall, to make sure that, like, you can have janitors that are cleaning up the puke from like the 20 kids that are puking a day in a school, and you can have these robots actually doing other types of cleaning around. Or if you ask one of these robots to go get copies of something instead of the teacher or the teacher's assistant being bothered, or other simple little itty-bitty things, I could see. But again, these are just, once again, test robots for all this stuff. So they're saying they're autonomous, task handling, environmental responsiveness, industrial agnostic design, so they can be compatible with multiple operational settings, ergonomic interface, so they can fit inside of your wife's vagina. I mean, that's not what it said. I mean, required minimal training for effective interaction with your mom's foot. I'm never mind. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, no. But it's still in the testing phases, obviously. So now let's get into the first thing he's the mother, which is suction wing. And you guys are a bunch of perverts. I know why you guys said the suction wing, you perverts.
I didn't vote for that. So it's probably not about.
You think that because you think when you get on an airplane you're gonna have a wing. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
all right, so here we go.
I was thinking about, like, my choice was more preferred. For some reason, I was thinking about Helton. So I picked her.
Okay, well, we'll get there when we get there. So, an 85-foot world's tallest suction wings installed on juice carrier to save 10% fuel.
On
So
the
just
juice
like
carrier.
a juice carrier just like these little flaps up here
Yeah.
on
I've heard about
a
So they're like
cruise
sail.
liner or a yeah, they're like sails. So
Yeah.
a Spain-based company Bound for Blue has successfully installed four 26-meter high e-sail units on the NV Atlantic Orchard, a juice carrier. I have
The
no
juice
idea
carrier.
why all of a sudden it's a juice carrier or why. Yeah, but anyways,
I just want to know how the juices like take off and
yeah,
land from the
it has
deck, right? Like,
innovated. I mean,
Carries
have you
juice.
ever squirted juice out the end of something? I mean, I guess
I
that
mean,
it could propel something.
I've seen
No, I'm
some
just kidding.
squirting
Obviously,
juice.
not propelled by juice.
I've
But
seen some squirting juice, but I don't know if I've
Yeah.
ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen it in naval
not
warfare.
And yeah, no, totally. Anyways, so wind-assisted propulsion system WASPs and not WAP, like Ben Shapiro says. It never happens to his
a
wife,
WAP?
and if it ever happens to his
Oh.
wife, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Then
I have
she
a
needs
whole.
to go to a
I have
doctor
a whole song.
because he's
I have
never
a whole song
gotten
about
his,
that.
Yes, and he's never gotten his wife's pussy wet, and that's the problem with. Anyways, so the 26-meter high, 85-foot e-sails are a large suction sail ever built and installed on a vessel. The specialized juice carrier was chartered by this person, owned by, it doesn't matter. What they did is they put these things on, and what it did is it showed that it could save. Let me find. It said 10% gas, which it reduces the fuel usage.
Okay.
It said by 10%, and I
hope they're not
know
running this
that's
thing
not
on
that
gasoline.
much, but there's still some. So if
10%, I mean, no, that's significant. That's significant.
Yeah, if you're sailing
it
from
was
one
jet-
side of the ocean
it was jet
to the other
fuel.
side,
It probably runs on diesel, right? Like,
yeah,
but like, let's
probably.
like to
It was
run
jet
a
fuel.
one diesel truck to run for a day costs probably, I don't know, like let's say $1,000 to run it all out for a day doing heavy stuff. If you could save $100 a day on one truck, you'd sign up for that, right? And then multiply that out by like the giant diesel that's moving that thing across the ocean. 10%. That's not chump change at a certain point, especially over the service life of a vehicle like that. I mean, that's significant.
When you're blah 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 that many, obviously.
I mean, work at it like say the thing lasts for 30, 40 years out there, and you save 10% over the sister ship that doesn't have it. You know, I'm sure the cost of installing pays for itself.
Let's say that you have 20 of these thingies of the mabobbers that are doing things, and you put this on 10% of 20 and blah 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 savings. There you go. Yeah, so that's all you have to say, really. Okay, so let's crack on.
The average fuel of a cargo container is 2 million gallons. So it's
that doesn't surprise me at all.
200,000 gallons of diesel it's saving.
And
okay, if you can drop 10% of that off, you can take more cargo.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's 200,000 gallons.
That's what we're getting at. That's what we're getting
at. It weighs something like that. That frees up room for cargo, or it increases the distance of a sailing without refueling at sea or whatever.
Yeah. So,
and if the going rate is based on your competitors that are paying for diesel, and you're charging the same amount, at a certain point you're putting cash in your pocket instead of in the fuel guys.
That's what we're talking about. Totally.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
and possibly saving the environment in the long run too, because that if you expand it out onto whole fleets over time as you build ships and upgrade, this could be like pretty exciting for the whole world, really.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to suck for Cookie McSweet Tits is her vagina is going to get worn out more because they're going to be able to go back and forth a lot more.
You're saying the sailors are going to come ashore more often.
Yeah. They're gonna. Yeah, there's going to be more coming ashore.
Come more often.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to come more often.
She's gonna have to get some extra work, to help her out. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, newly launched Google backed satellite can track wildfires from space within minutes.
Okay.
So they put this thing up called Fire Sat, and it goes up and it can look around the world. I'm pretty sure it's not just looking at goddamn motherfucking the Americas, but it's called FireSat, like I said. But what it is it's made to see hot spots that just appear that should not be there. And I believe that it goes.
Okay, so like because they found them, like they've taken imagery of it before, but this is going to detect them due to like the way the sensors are in them to detect the heat map of the forest is going to notice a heat where it doesn't belong or where it previously didn't belong.
And I believe that like it can go around the earth in 20 minutes, or I think that's why they say this. But
that's a pretty good clip.
Let's hear
clip.
Let's hear what they say. They spent $13 million on the whole project to make FireSat.
Only $13 million. That's
pretty
chump
small.
Change.
Yeah,
that does.
Let's crack
on. I expected that number to start with a B.
The fight against devastating wildfires, now entering a new frontier.
We were called down to see one. It's orange everywhere.
Going up on a Nazi rocket?
We were given exclusive access to this new tech ahead of the launch of a first-of-its-kind fire satellite. This is the premiere journey of FireSat, a Google research-led initiative aimed to launch a
And what I walked away with is
I don't know who's talking. What's talking? God damn it.
Fires have dramatically increased over the past 20 years.
That's what's talking. Okay, I was like, why are other things talking? What we're watching is this. Sorry. And let's go a little bit back because I knew that like there was something else happening behind it, but I didn't know exactly. But here, let's start from here.
Of FireSat, a Google research-led initiative aimed to launch a constellation of satellites into Earth's orbit. Eventually, expected by 2030, more than 50 will join together, all with the sole purpose of monitoring wildfires, so crews on the ground can shut them down well.
So it won't just be one, it will be over time 50, so that at all points in time they can be seen. And what they're looking at is when hot spots happen that are not supposed to be in certain places in a large area or in certain places. Yeah, obviously, like there's supposed to be like lava, blah, blah, blahs, or hot spots, like geysers and shite in certain places. But anyways, let's crack on.
Before they spread.
This is kind of the center of the beating heart of our operations.
Johnny Dyer is the CEO of Muon Space, the company at the helm of FireSat's launch and viability during orbit.
So today there's a set of satellites that are used for fire. None of them were designed for fire.
Currently, on a big fire, agencies will sometimes use a series of weather satellites for basic mapping. But Dyer says the images are low quality and slow.
And a lot of these satellites are 20, 30, 40 years old. So the technology is quite old.
Old images are able to show fires burning as small as about a football field with a
Oh, well, just tell everybody that Google's really old with their
frequency of
technology.
about once or twice per day.
This is simulated data for a wildfire propagating across the landscapes.
The team here says this new family of satellites only focuses on fire and can see an area burning as small as a home's swimming pool, producing a new high-resolution image every 20 minutes. And the constellation has the capacity.
Well, every single freaking person in a double-wide trailer who burns things in a trash heap, they're gonna get caught.
To cover all corners
but
of the
a swimming
globe.
pool is bigger than that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I would think unless you're building like a hell of a trash fire. Which,
well, I have heard on like people who have like 20 square miles or huge plots of land, they make a huge trash pile and they burn it. From
oh
what
yeah,
I
no,
have
people
heard.
do, but it shouldn't be. I mean, that I've seen people do it on farm properties. They'll get a big
Yeah.
burn, but they usually
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
notify local authorities. At least around here, they do. Up
Not
in
here.
Canada, we
because it's
tell the
illegal.
fire department, hey, this is my property and I'm burning this, and this is how many days I'm going to do it for, or I'm going to be doing it, and they give you like a list of shit not to do, like don't do it on a windy day, don't walk away from it, don't not
Yeah.
have a plan to put it out, that kind of shit.
We're talking about America. We're talking about
Oh,
America.
fuck, okay,
They
I'm
don't.
sorry.
They don't.
Sorry,
believe
everybody.
in
I
laws.
forgot who my neighbors are.
Exactly. So you're talking about Americans, and they don't know that.
Can do a lot more when a fire's small than once it's got large and out of control.
Investing and funding the project in collaboration with the global nonprofit Earthfire Alliance, Google believes that with its increased range, depth, and fidelity, this launch can usher in a new era of fire data.
What are we seeing here?
You can see that we can see through most of the smoke, and you can also kind of pick out exactly where the fires are.
Chris Van Arsdale is a climate researcher for Google.
Something that historically would have taken people, minutes to look at, into something that takes.
And if it's out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, mountains, plains, other things, now they can see it. Are there supposed to be natural fires in certain places? Fuck yeah. But if they notice them and see them in places to where it doesn't seem natural, then they can catch the dumbass who fucking lit the fire on accident or made it so that, like, the 3 huge insane fires that happened in San Diego or around us, which was very weird, were human made. It was douche nozzles being a dumbass.
Are you talking about that thing where Buddy like had a gender reveal party in the woods and like shot a fucking like firework cannon into the fucking bush with a
mine was way earlier than there was ever such thing as gender reveal parties, to the best of my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
No, there was one time where a dude in the middle of the day thought he got lost in the wannabe desert kind of hills.
Yeah.
And he in the middle of the day he shot a flare into
I bet that was helpful.
the air. Yeah. Why would you shoot
Yeah.
a flare into the air, you dumb cunt? And it
I mean, shooting them up into the end of the sky when you're like at dark, you might help with if you actually have a search party working for you. But like just doing it,
or when it's like not freaking 100 degrees.
yeah, and out in the dry fucking brush of
Yeah,
like
in the like desert. It's
I've
like
been to the southwestern U.S. It is a
high desert.
toasty dry place. Yeah, oh yeah.
No, it's the high desert. If you know,
Even in the
what
winter
that
time,
means.
it ain't too
cold.
Like it's not that cold, and it definitely is
It's
tinder
dry.
dry most of
It's
the
dry.
time.
It's dry.
Oh
It's
yeah.
dry. So, anyways, this douche nozzle at like in the middle of the day, noon or some 2 p.m. or something, I don't know. He shot a fucking flare because he was crying because he thought he was fucking lost because he couldn't see his car for like 10 milliseconds. Drunk. He shot a flare in the air and it fucking came back down and it burned fucking half of San Diego down. Fucking idiot. Anyways, that's why I had to drive fucking an hour and a half into the middle of buttfuck nowhere up into the mountains to go and take a bunch of fucking money, guns, drugs, and other things out of this dude's house because he was on vacation and he like was like, hey, somebody told us that like there's fires right next to the house and like you all need to like go and get this. You're the only people we trust. You need to go and pick this stuff up from the house before it burns down. So we drove and we almost got burnt. We had to go back, and then we drove up the mountain, up these weird luckily my homie had a fucking 4-wheel drive vehicle. We drove up these fucking weird mountain roads, got around, got in, got into the house, got into the safe, got all the crap, drove down, drove back down, drove back past the cops that told us to not go past that, and we flipped them off. Then we went to the McDonald's and we got there and we called them and blah blah blah. And he's like, cool, you know, like pretty much take as much as you want out of whatever you took. Like, I just didn't want it to get he said, just like, give me the money. I don't remember what he said. It was so long ago, and they gave us so much drugs that like, I don't remember for like a week. But then what was insane is after the fires went away, his house was one of the houses that was left over.
Yeah, well, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, no, I got so much fucking free shit from doing it. Although I like almost died 3 times. Like literally the fires got hella close to us. Like where like I got sunburned from being that close to the fires, or I got burnt from being that close to the fires. It was crazy.
It's milliseconds on a computer.
He says a big part of the operation, artificial intelligence. With more data being collected at a higher rate, we'll be able to know more about the size, spread, and pattern of a fire much faster.
Finding fires really become...
So there's that. Okay. That's what we're talking about with the fire sat. Okay, let's see what's next.
That was quite interesting.
That sounds like actually like a pretty fucking cool idea. Actually, that and the suck wing both sounded good.
Don't make
the
me.
Suck wing
The suck wing
sounded good before the Slim started talking about it.
I mean, I was expecting it to be some sort of a thing that would like take the sauce off my fingers while I'm eating wings, but you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. So let's do this, and I'm going to share, and then I will close this, and then close that, and then Kawasaki shows off the concept for rideable horse robot.
Yeah.
So there is the
all right.
thing.
Rideable horse
Kawasaki.
robot?
Heavy
Why wouldn't I just get a Cowie dirt bike?
I have no idea, but here we blow. Here, just listen to why there's a weird this thing. I don't know what's going on anymore, like honestly. But anyways, Kawasaki has made a rideable 4-legged robotic horse dubbed Corello, is what I'm guessing is the name.
Oh, it's a sex toy. I got it.
No,
Sorry, it's a sex bot. I understand.
And it runs on a 150cc hydrogen engine. According to the firm, the horse, which looks more like a gigantic wolf in this person's opinion, could traverse uneven terrain thanks to its 4 independently moving limbs. So maybe if you were trying to get somebody off of a mountain, that was injured, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
and you don't want to take an actual horse up there, or like a mule or something that would like break its leg and die.
Sure, or you couldn't technically, and like if they could lay down on this, then maybe this would be a thing to help save people.
We did one of these where we looked at a company called Boston something or other that made like a pet dog that was based on a similar structure, right? So
yeah, but this thing,
and then you make it into a beast of burden, right? Like you get like you're mechanizing the beast of burden without wheels, which then gives you the mountain goats kind of thing.
Okay, so,
they should have called it the mountain goat.
Yeah, so here we go.
That's where they went wrong.
I think this is the video.
And for those that know the KLR, it might be rough, but it gets the job done.
So here is the video.
Yeah. I want that.
Because this is real. It's not AI. It's not AI at all. This is totally real. Yeah, run down that hill. Run down it. I do it. Do it. Yeah, I see how slow it did that because it knew that they were like, okay, we can bullshit you this much, but we can't bullshit you.
That's
we can't
Cyberpunk
bullshit
Red
you.
Dead Redemption right there.
We can't we can't bullshit you this much. Yeah, it had to be slow. There's no way any of this motherfucking bullshit is real. Yeah,
Are
it's
you
all
kidding?
fake.
I've seen Voltron.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's totally real. Totes. So once again, this is just a concept idea that hopefully they'll be doing soon.
Is the windscreen adjustable to the height of the rider?
Totally.
No.
All right, because these are the questions I ask when I'm looking like at a bike. Like I'm thinking like and Kawasaki is actually really good at making bare bones bikes like the KLR.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are fans of the Ninja for like the street bikes, but I tell you, Kawasaki makes a good bike. They make good dirt bikes. They make good all-round motorcycles. Like the Vulcan is a cruiser. They make good equipment.
GPZ is my favorite.
Okay. I'm down for the dirt bikes. I don't know about street.
So if anybody's gonna make a rideable horse-hung sex robot,
it would definitely be Kawasaki.
it would definitely be Kawasaki heavy industry.
Sure. But
All
anyways,
right.
let's listen to this really quick, and let me read this really quick before we get into the next thing. They also showed off a rideable unicorn for children last year. So it also was a rideable. Anyways. Let's go ahead and what's the next thing? The nano chip.
Ladies, want a rideable unicorn? Just come over here.
Bam, chicka, bow,
Rideable
wow.
unicorn.
All right, yeah. All right, so now let's get into the last one, which is the nano chip. And Taiwan has claimed that they have made a computer chip that has seriously implications for the technology, where they say that it is a 2 nanometer chip, where supposedly right now we have a 4 millimeter chip. If I can find that. Oh, there's a 3 millimeter chip. And now they have a what?
How big is a nanometer?
It's really small.
Is it that a millionth of a meter?
The size of a cunt hair. It's the size of a cunt hair. That's what.
But not 2. It's
just one.
It's
just
actually
one cunt hair.
the breadth. It's half the breadth of a single cunt hair.
Yeah.
I believe. If we're going to use technical terms.
Yeah, if we're going to be technical.
It's 1 billionth of a meter.
1 billionth of a meter.
Thank you, whoever said that.
Me.
Doggo.
That's because Dog is on point here with he even knew how many millions of gallons fit inside a cruise, not a cruise ship.
Okay, so because this thing does that, it
oh, you cheated
works.
and used Google instead of just knowing off the top of your head, Dog.
Fucking right, yeah.
Okay, so
well,
here
I was impressed regardless.
So here, what it does, it boosts computing speed by 10 to 15%. It also has the same power level or 20 to 30% reduction in power usage at the same speed. The transistor density increases it by about 15% over the 3 nanometer technology. So it makes it so that it can work a lot faster and blah, blah, blah. Yakety schmackety. And so Taiwan is going to beat the beep out of us with our chip technology, because what did Trump just do? take away the whole chip tax. Woohoo! We're fucked. All right. So the next thing
No more crisps for you fuckers.
Before I cry, oh my god! What did I say out loud? I did not mean to. I did say that out loud. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and do oh yeah, we'll do trash robots. The trash robots is a fun one.
Wally!
What?
Oh. Wally!
Oh, Wally, yes. Yes, definitely.
Disney movie.
He is one. He would be one, yes. He would be one, yes. So we have the robot dog, the suction dog that we've seen before. We've gone over this thingy-mabobber, and we've gone over this, I think, as well, and is the autonomous boat that goes around and picks up the trash and it puts it into itself. Then this is just the AI recycling, which we talked about, where it uses a sorting AI machine to take out the actual things that can be recyclable. So we've gone over this. We've gone over most of these, like I said. But the tiny bio hybrid robots, let me get rid of this. And an increasingly growing problem in the microplastics is breaking it down, contaminating waterways, making cleanup efforts more difficult. That's why scientists have designed tiny bio-hybrid microbots that could solve the problem without further damaging aquatic habitats. The microbots have enabled the removal of at least, god damn it, 92% of nanoplastics and 70% of microplastics and a blah, blah, blah. So now there's a sand rover. So now they can go over beaches and they can be remotely controlled by patrolling the beaches and cleaning up garbage, can be dug up to 4 inches into sand and collect debris and small things things as small as fingernails. They can collect items like bottle caps, cigarette butts, food and packaging, and other small plastic scraps. And also all that goddamn fucking jewelry all these fucking idiots wear when they go into the fucking beach and don't take it off because they're fucking dumb. And like, I'm sure they're making like a bunch of money doing that with that. Anyways, those are the robots that are cleaning up the beaches. So hopefully making the world a little bit better. A little bit better. Let's go ahead and let's just show this really. We'll just show a couple little quick things really quick. Then we will get the beep out of here. But here we go.
The motherfucker.
All right.
Hey, hello, Super Salty.
Hey. Oh, look at that. Oh, hello.
Dun dun dun. And what happens? What happens? What happens?
Flew 262 miles over western Russia.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations on your arrival to the International Space Station.
Yeah, they connected with the space station. Bounce, go, bow, wow. Okay, oh, sorry.
This is a docking
video.
video.
They're saying it's a docking video, exec. It's him lame. Brainless's
All right,
favorite.
just checking. We got to stop because Mango can't fall asleep because we're too entertaining.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I mean, that's the implication I got out of that.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go with scientists.
Dire wolves, they are not just from Game of Thrones. They were an actual animal species that last roamed the earth 13,000 years ago.
But now scientific developments are helping revive these extinct animals so they can walk the planet once again.
The company behind the breakthrough explains how it's all possible. Many species have gone extinct over millions of years, but science is helping one previously wiped out animal return, sort of. Dire wolves once roamed the
Can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
I just
Go
listened to a friend of mine. A friend of mine did a video on this. Actually, a couple of friends of mine did different videos, and I'm gonna particularly, if it's okay for me to shill for my buddy Grayson Hawk, I'll
ahead.
share his video on the Discord.
Yes, go ahead. Well, and
apparently this isn't true. They're selling it as though they've like reinvented the dire wolf, but they really haven't at all.
No,
they have
I know,
not resurrected the dire wolf, and I know people know that. I just want to make it clear because I just listened to a whole thing about it this afternoon.
Yeah,
and
we were
I
going to
know
say
this
that.
is big news.
Yeah, thank you.
I just wanted to jump in and say it.
True.
And my buddy Grayson did a great job on this video, so I'll share it for people that want to listen to a little bit more explanation. But please roll the tape and everything. I just wanted to jump in with that because it's tied into my day, just like driving on Fruit Avenue.
Yes.
All right.
The Earth more than 10,000 years ago. But now, scientists at Colossal Biosciences, a biotech company aiming to rebuild the DNA of ancient creatures, say they have done just that, all with the help of modern-day gray wolves.
A gray wolf is the closest living relative of a dire wolf. They're genetically really similar, 99.5% similar. Only dire wolves are larger, more muscular, and have these like colored coats and other things that we can see from the fossils.
Scientists targeted specific DNA variants that they believed were responsible for dire wolf traits.
And then we edited gray wolf cells to contain those dire wolf DNA variants. And then we cloned those cells and created our dire wolves.
Researchers.
And we created something that's not that, but it's something kind of like it. But anyways.
Something that resembles it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, similarly. So.
Yeah,
basically dire wolf 2.0.
Yeah.
I want to play this because it's technically news, but anyways, here is Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. Yes, movie thing.
Welcome back. Are you ready to start the show? Count with me now. 5, 4, 3.
They're out there, Mike.
2.
Where?
1.
Everywhere.
Showtime.
Oh my Jesus. Okay, so there is that. And then, if you didn't know, this is being planned. So here is more news.
A thrilling prospect for the UK to be home to a brand new theme park to rival the world's best. Universal plans to build one of the largest entertainment complexes in Europe, something that could generate £50 billion for the British economy and create 28,000 new jobs. So that's the dream. The current reality is a 476-acre site near Bedford, once home to a former brickworks.
So this is where the station will be.
But there are ambitious plans here, looked over today by the Prime Minister and the Chancellor. They say the deal with Universal is possible thanks to better transport infrastructure and easier planning rules. There are promises too. Most of the new jobs will be for the local community.
Statistic. Let's hope. Let's hope. Okay. So is that the last? Okay. So just really quick. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, totally. So let's crack on and see just a little bit of this.
Hey, welcome back. And guess what? There is some brand new UAP video that just dropped, possibly shot from a Navy ship, once again, off the coast of Southern California, which for some reason, like, has been this.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you pretended to hype it up, here is this.
Go out to the bridge wing. I'm noticing things and lights on the horizon, and like city lights or any other ships that are out there. So seeing a light that is lifting up, you can see it. I know the difference between a light on the horizon coming up and a light coming out of the water. When you've been on,
or a bunch of other things that could be floating around in an event. Anyways,
more in your life than you haven't been, you know the difference.
Or there's a handful of other things that could be.
Now let's get into it with Jeremy.
Because that's totally exactly what we just saw. All right, folks, there we go. Thank you all very much for being here. I know I normally would do things a little bit longer, but it's been, I'm doing a lot more things behind the scenes and stuff, and I'll be in Denver this Sunday and then in other places and stuff and things. So We'll see you all
Nice.
later.
And
Yeah.
and when you see your friend that was here yesterday, what was it? Savvy.
Yes.
Savvy
Yes,
Danger.
Danger. Savvy Danger.
Savvy
yes.
Danger. Yeah. And tell her we say hi.
They definitely will. I will
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
So
we didn't chase them off, did we? I got called by work in the middle of the beginning of the show, and then I never got back.
no,
So I missed the whole thing.
she's just not into the whole live stream thing. So
Okay.
it makes sense. You know, not everybody's into what we do.
It's not everybody's jam. It's not everybody's jelly.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that's okay.
So, and that's
Well,
yeah, totally, and I understand.
Hopefully,
that. So,
she doesn't hold it against you.
No, definitely. No,
I mean, hopefully
and
she does.
maybe, but she's still talking to me, so that's good.
All right. Well, that's a very
good.
good start.
Yeah. We
All right.
didn't
Awesome.
scare her off, I guess. So, all right,
Yeah.
folks. Thank you all very much. Tomorrow is going to be mountain cryptids. Rocky
cryptids,
Mountain.
all right.
Well, Rocky Mountain.
Oh,
Rocky
nice.
Mountain Oyster Cryptids.
Rocky Mountain Cryptids. That's the name of a band, isn't it?
I think so.
It should be.
But
it should be.
You live near the Rockies, though, don't you?
Who?
You.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
Colorado's out by the Rockies.
So originally I wanted to do Colorado cryptids, but I only found a handful. And then I thought, well, what about the Rocky Mountains? Because the Rocky Mountains goes from here to Canada, obviously. And so there's the Appalachian and a handful of other places.
But Slim, America doesn't need.
Yes, totally. And
Pretty-
so
Can't stop making fun.
yeah, there we go. So anyways, so tomorrow is going to be just all of the mountains, pretty much.
The entire Rocky
cryptids.
Mountains. So
That's
you're
a
gonna
huge range.
the Ogopogo.
Things like that. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, totally. We're
That's
gonna
part
have
of the
all
Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, no, all of the
All right.
in Canada, and then here, and then all the other. I mean, it's so huge. And then we'll
I hope
go
you're
to the
gonna have the
Appalachians.
Sasquatch in there too.
Well, obviously, we're gonna have to talk about the hairy man, but
What about the
obviously,
Slim Cyborg? Is there one of them in the Rockies?
well, now, yes, there has been.
Is
sights
that
of
technically a cryptid? The Slim Cyborg.
Definitely.
Well,
It's-
there
I-
has been the sightings of me in the past, yes, but me being here, no. So anyways, let's crack on. Thank you all very much for being here, and tomorrow we'll talk about all the cryptid stuffs, and we will go over all the weird and silly things that I have about all the mountain cryptids from around here and in Canada. So thank you all very much for being here. Please like, subscribe, make sure if you're subscribed that you hit the bell notifications for seeing all of the times that we post videos. Also, if you could share or rewatch or watch other videos on my channel that are not just the live ones, but all of my performances and other things. I need just a little bit more view time. We have enough clicks, but we need a little bit more view time. So thank you all very much for being here, and we'll see you all
right.
later. Same freak time, same freak channel tomorrow. Thank you all very much, and we'll get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Bye.
Fuck out of here.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
motherfuckers. Love ya.